Hi, I'm Brian Baldwin, and when I'm not too busy waking up underneath of a rusty grocery cart next to a dumpster fire after 3 days of doing meth and injecting Irish whiskey into my bloodstream, I'm watching Liam's live stream. Thanks, Liam!
Yes, hello, and welcome to... Whoa, why is that all weird? Hold on. Excuse me. Welcome to Chatting with Viewers for... why is my stuff all strange? Okay. Can you hear me? Bleep, bleep, bloop, blop, bleep, bloop. Okay, I think we're good. Everything feels out of... oh, yeah, okay, there we go. Welcome to Chatting with Viewers for September 2nd, 2023. And... from the great state of Colorado, a mile above sea level. As always, it's me, Liam, and I am glad to be here. In fact, I would like to say hello. It's nice to meet you. Michael Johan says, hey, I finally made it for one of these. Hey, Michael Johan. Stephen Crouch says, hi, Liam. I'm not sure if you heard, but A Hero's Call is completely free. Yes, I did. That's awesome. Also, good morning to both of you. Stephen and Michael. Also, hello to Word Nerd. Haven't seen you in a while. How's it going, man? The Esoteric Programmer says, nah, the previous mascot, Rogar, was much better. Yes, Rogar is around, but on live streams, on Chatting with Viewers, Brian Baldy, both ends Baldwin, gets to... have his voice heard, mainly because I'm weird about traditional stuff. Rogar always plays before the normal music, and so because this is Chatting with Viewers, we don't use the normal music. We use the Chatting with Viewers music. Yeah, it's a little weird. So I want to let you guys know, I think this is going to be the new time going forward for Chatting with Viewers. Last week we did it on Sunday. I feel like Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific is good. The 8 Mountain works for me. I was going to do them at 7 Mountain, but you know what? After a long week of working, it's nice to be able to sleep until 7. Normally I am... So if it's a day that I'm going into the office, I'm awake at 5 in the morning. Maybe 5:15 at the latest. Hello, Cornetto King. Cornetto King. Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds right. Michael Johan says, you also sound not the best. No, I think the weather has been a little changeable lately up here in Denver. So it's another, hey, Matthew Smith, how's it going? It's a really hot day. Again, it's like it's going to be 95 degrees, which for Denver, hey, Cassie, is really hot. And Philip's here too. Hi, Philip. No problem, Esoteric Programmer. I'm here for the first time. Welcome. So normally you guys would hear this. So this is like at the beginning of every stream, you'd have your music, your blah, blah, and then this would happen.
Rogar likes Liam's live streams. They aren't bad, coming from a surface dweller. You maggot.
So that is the very famous Rogar, and then it would transition into this music. But that's for live streams. So like a regular gaming stream. I don't know why I do it that way. I'm a little OCD about stuff like that, or CDO, either or. Maddie's here. Hi, Maddie. How are you? Word Nerd says doing well. Can definitely empathize with how the first couple months of a new job messes with your scheduling. Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm getting there. This took me a lot longer than I thought it would, you guys. So I know a lot of people are like, why isn't Liam streaming anymore? Does he not love us anymore? Does he not need us? And I still love you all. I still need you. You are very important to me. Even you know who you are. And it's just, oh my gosh, this has been, the move has been crazy, you guys. Like, no, I have not, Michael Johan. Have you checked out the Forza community Discord? No. Listen, I like Discord. And I like Forza. But I'm not that crazy about, I'm not going nuts like, oh my God, I have to do a Discord. I don't have the time anymore to do a lot of gaming stuff. I like the more mellow vibe for chatting streams. I do too. It's just nice. It's fun to come hang out. I can't word. Megan is here. Hi, Megan. How are you? Any more Mortal Kombat? Oh, let me catch up with messages. Hold on. You guys are really chatty today, which is awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. So yeah, have I checked out the Forza community Discord? Megan is here. That's so awesome. Hope you are doing well, Megan. Lexi says, any more Mortal Kombat coming to Twitch? Yes. In fact, Lexi, hold that thought. We'll talk about it in uno momento, por favor. How did you get the guy to who plays Rogar to do that? I did not get him to do anything. He chose to do it. Apparently, that was part of the surprise. I would need to find the video that it's in. But yes, my reaction to that was amazingly hilarious. McKenna, by the way, I'm drinking Monster Juice Aussie style lemonade because y'all know how much I like Aussies. So I like their lemonade. McKenna says, I've been on an Audio Wizards kick lately. Oh my gosh, yes. I still love that game. Still a fantastic game. Esoteric Programmer says, yes, the best. Philip says, I finally catched one of these streams. Yeah, I was famous for my role out of bed and 20 minutes to get ready and be out the door. Yeah, I can't do that. I like having an hour to like take a shower, have breakfast, watch a little news, stretch, try to wake up. Yeah, I couldn't do it. All right, let me catch up with the messages here. Have I seen the new 6 Ages game yet? No. Maddie says, I'll live. Oh, what's going on, Maddie? If you need to talk about it later, we can. Philip says, prepare your trousers. Yeah, we need, I need that isolated, prepare your trousers. It's a fun little game. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, but those that know me know I really like Audio Wizards. I like its charm. It's kind of loopy and silly. Would definitely be fun to play again on stream. Might have to do that for the marathon. So, yeah, I started my new job in May, and I'm still getting used to having my first full-time job. It's definitely an adjustment. Oh, it is. I mean, it's great. I would not trade it for the world. I love what I do. I love the people I work with. I love Colorado. I still cannot. It's September 2nd. I've been here since June 24th, and I still cannot like put into words how how unbelievable it is that I'm here. Like I mean, it hasn't been 3 months yet, but I'm still like, I wake up every day and I go like, really? Am I in Colorado? Am I doing what I do? Am I working where I work? I can't believe it. Word Nerd says, I can't wake up in a hurry. I specifically have to make time to wake up gradually. Yeah, it's so hard when I have to leap out of bed, and I've done it, and it just, ugh. Is Stories of Blossom still tomorrow? If so, what time? Lexi, really good question. I don't know. what time specifically yet. I need to look at, well, it's not like I'm doing anything tomorrow. It's Sunday. What do I do? Good question. So, maybe I'll try to do it in the morning. Because I find the morning works well because I'm behind you peoples by a couple hours now. So, you Eastern folk, it's 10 a.m. I don't know. Let's say maybe we'll say either 11 or 12 a.m. Eastern. I would like to do that somewhere in there. I'm 2 hours behind, so that's 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Yeah, Audio Wizards on the marathon is a tradition. You have to, LOL. Yeah, I guess I do. Speaking of the marathon, so let me get to that. Oh, Maddie, I'm so sorry to hear that. If you need to talk, reach out later. For those who don't know, Audio Game Manager is a thing. It's like a terminal version of Steam, but with our audio games. Yeah, Super Liam is there as well. Oh no. What does that run on? Is that, I know that's I know it's running on Linux, right? Is it running on Mac at all? Hey, Audio Gamer, how's it going? Will we get another BK3 marathon? I don't know, Philip. I might drop some BK3 into the marathon. Okay, so here's what I wanted to talk about. Upcoming schedule. Tomorrow is Stories of Blossom. I know that game has a really mixed reaction. I get it. I understand. I'm okay with it, though, because I really think it's designed for a different section of people. And that's okay. I think we should try to like all the things. I mean, unless it's Blind Quest. But I mean, you should try to like that, too, if you can. But you guys know how I feel about Blind Quest. So that is tomorrow. I don't have an exact time for that, but I like the late morning, early afternoon, sort of Eastern. The stuff, let's see. The Monday for Labor Day, I'm going to play some Crazy Party. No, I do not know what time yet. I don't have any Labor Day plans, so it's not like I've got anything going on. So that is Monday. We're going to say that chatting with viewers, unless I'm going somewhere, like unless I'm traveling for like Thankentine's Day, or I am doing a trip later in September. So I'm going out for the weekend. I'm going to hop on the fly and go somewhere. And it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. There obviously will not be a chatting with viewers that week, but most weeks I like the Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I could probably, well, no. I was going to say I could probably be convinced to move it back an hour, but I really don't want to. I like getting up at 7. It's nice. It feels like I'm sleeping in. The big one that Lexi was asking about was Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat is releasing September 14th for premium purchasers, which I am. I spent the money. Don't judge me. I mean, I guess you can if you want to. I'm judging me. Cassie says, yeah, Audio Wizards and Escape Beat. Let me catch up with chat here in just a quick sec, you guys. Yes, I would like to do Mortal Kombat on Twitch. Now, a lot of people are like, why don't you do it on YouTube? I don't feel comfortable streaming it over here. I don't know what YouTube's policy is on certain things. I do not feel like having the stream get blocked. So Twitch is the safer bet. It's where I like to stream mainstream stuff. It's just how we do things here. Somebody got very unhappy with me about it, and sorry, hey, but this is how I choose to do things. Yep. So we have Escape Beat. Yeah, of course. Well, we always do Escape Beat. Hey, John. John says, hope you are well. I am good. Nightbot is here. I don't know why some people forget that blind kids exist, like actual blind children who might appreciate a game like Stories. That's the audience. I think it's aimed at anyway. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, it's aimed for kids. That's okay. Guys, like, it is fine to make games for kids, okay? And as an adult, It's fine to be like, hey, you know what? This is not my cup of tea. But it is not fine to trash a game because it's not what you want it to be. That's not okay. Like, let's not do that. Let's not be those people. Well, I mean, okay, so I really love the old school style mechanics of Stories of Blossom, but I don't think it's worth paying for. But again, it's not designed for you. And I think that's what we have to understand. Like, guys, it's not designed for me either. It's not designed for it's not designed for us. And that's okay. Like that's perfectly fine. Not every game has to be designed for adults. I think we need more stuff for kids, especially like I don't do a lot with youth. Primarily I work with adults. But I really do feel like it is important for us to have things for blind children and have stuff that like kids can play. As long as you put the Twitch link on Mastodon when stream is live, I'm good. Yeah, I always do. No, Megan, I have not heard about the accessibility for Spider-Man 2. I would have to probably research about it. If it's something that we are going to actually be able to actually use, I might be interested. I hope it's not another golden path. I'm really tired of these paths. I did Escape Beat last year, Cassie. I do it every year. I'm 99% sure I did Escape Beat. Hello, Illustrate English. Hello, Kalahami. How's it going? McKenna says, I think Stories of Blossom is adorable, regardless if it's for children or not. I'm 24, and I think it's cute. Yeah, I honestly, I mean, I'm a 38-year-old man. I thought that the bit that I played was very cute. I thought it was very... You know the word that I want, and I was thinking about this the other day, is charming. I think it is extremely charming. Yeah, Brian says it's like I said last time, Blossom has its charm. Yes. Thank you, Brian. So Brian beat me to the punch. It is very charming, and I think that's okay. Would you be able to do a gaming on Linux marathon? No, because I don't have Linux, and I really don't plan on using it. No offense to you guys that use Linux. I'm just not interested. Just not into it. So there's a lot of you tuned in. Yeah. So Mortal Kombat, hopefully September 14th. Now, if they put like an embargo on like hey, even though you bought it early, you can't stream it. The game comes out September 19th. The problem is that I'm leaving the 21st, I think. So I could still stream it. I didn't quite understand what you did on the first stream to allow us to hear Mortal Kombat from the controller. Yeah, so I plugged the controller into my mixer. Now, my understanding is they're going to fix that for the full version, so I'm not worried about it. The version that I played, I mean, I can't confirm this, but I'm pretty sure that version was pretty old. That beta was probably from June, even though it was released in August. It's the way that the industry works. So when you play a beta of something, it's usually very behind. Also, this lemonade's really good. It kind of tastes like ginger ale. Yeah, I went line from the controller to the mixer, and that worked. Actually, it worked really, really well. So weirdly, one of the issues I was having this morning, which I was going to talk about, is I have a second sound card that is in this computer. And whenever I reboot my machine, I lose that sound card. And sometimes the sound card comes back. Sometimes it doesn't. And I don't know what is going on. So my project, well, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. I need to figure it out, is to pop the computer chassis open, pull the card out, reseat it, see if what's going on with it. But I'm really frustrated because it's my backup sound card. It's what I use for listening to NVDA, and then I would have a tertiary sound card that I would be using for like if I brought a guest on or something. And so right now I can't do that, and it's really annoying me. Grr. Yeah, the only thing that seems lame to me is putting the Flight TTS in there. I think Flight worked because of both its modularity, how modular it is. And plus, I'm pretty sure that the licensing was probably very permissive for them. I have no problem with Flight. I mean, I'm glad that they're using TTS instead of doing pre-voice stuff because it's not going to work. Kalahami says Story of Blossom is just so entertaining. Yeah, right? Okay, Cassie, you're not the only one. When I heard Stories of Blossom, I thought it was stories related to a bunch of stories featuring the Blossom family. Oh my gosh, I remember the Blossom family. Oh my gosh, yeah, Betsy Byers. Those were cool books. Okay, so good question, esoteric programmer, and I'll actually answer it for you. Because though I'm kind of out of the gaming consulting game. I mean, I once was trying to make a PSP game. Flight worked in there, kinda, but why can't they use the native TTS? Simple. Because you're working on multiple platforms and nobody is going to take the time to code two separate systems. Also, they are having the game ported by another company to Switch and PC. Those people are not going to try to write code to work on two different TTSs as well. So it's a lot easier to roll your own system that will work across platforms, which Flight will. And so since Flight can work on everything, it just makes sense to use it. I get why they're doing it. Also, they're not doing something server side like EA does. Thank God. So it's being run locally. Therefore, it, I think, limits them as to what they can actually use. That would be my guess. Now, again, you know, I don't work for NetherRealm. I have not worked with them, but just talking to other companies and like doing the work that I've done, also being like fortunate enough to go to Microsoft and chat with, you know, some fairly high level people. Because you talked about Crazy Party, don't you think that the mini games are impossibly difficult? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. What does that do, Brandon? What is that? Oh, does that reset the audio services? Probably don't want to run that right now, right? I'm going to write that down though. See, it's so weird because what's going on is that my computer will load all the cards except for that one, and then occasionally it like the card will come back, but not all the time when I restart. So I don't know. I'm wondering if this machine just needs like Windows reinstalled. I don't want to. Yeah. Cassie, you're taking me back to my childhood. Oh my gosh. From what I've heard, I think Microsoft description uses the Microsoft Azure voice. What they may have done is they may have actually recorded them ahead of time. I thought they were actually voiced by a human, but I'm not sure. Are we talking about something else? I think we're talking Stories of Blossom. Okay. Hold on. I think we're getting our games wrapped around. I mean the newer ones. Server-side TTS, is that a thing? Yes, EA does it. It's gross. Isn't this new port written in Unity? No, correct. It is not. It is Unreal 4. So it is not written in Unity. Oh, it restarts. Okay, thank you, Brandon. I will run those later and see if that does it. No, not on stream. I think some of them are harder. I don't think they're impossible. Cornetto King, I think they're more difficulter. Oh, MK1. No, I don't know. Actually, I think MK1, I thought it was a human. Maybe try a Windows repair. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that'll be my project for either later today or tomorrow evening. I don't know. I've got nothing going on really. It's just me hanging out in the apartment, which is cool. So just me, myself, and I chilling out. Yeah, no, we're not gonna we're not gonna run that right now. Well, my computer honestly could use a really good just wipe and then cleaning, I think, but I don't want to do it like right now. Also, honestly, with my job, I don't mess with the computer much anymore. I come home and like the last thing I want to do is touch a computer because I work with computers all day and I teach computers all day. So it's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I want to do is come home and play with the computer more. Now that they call this one Mortal Kombat 1, what do we call the first one? MKO for original? No, it's just Mortal Kombat. I don't think Mortal Kombat 1 was really Mortal Kombat 1. It was just Mortal Kombat. Then it was Mortal Kombat 2. Then Mortal Kombat 3. 4. Deception, Deadly Alliance, Armageddon. I feel like I'm missing one in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. Are we counting MK versus DC? It's not a mainline story. I feel like I'm missing a game. You know what's really good? MK Armageddon for the PS2. Armageddon was okay. You know, Armageddon's biggest problem was that we crammed too much into it, and so we lost fatalities. And creative fatality is horrendous. Like, I get the idea, but it's not good. Yeah. Well, Trilogy, I don't know if that counts as a mainline. Let's see. I'm looking at what they consider the mainline ones to be. Okay. Yes, I believe the first one is just called Mortal Kombat. All right, so Mortal Kombat. So that is just Mortal. It's not Mortal Kombat 1. It's just Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 4, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, MK versus DCU, Mortal Kombat 2011, Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11, and Mortal Kombat 1. So we are counting DC as a mainline title. Huh. Yeah, well, that's the thing is, like, I like what they would create. So, like, the creative fatality thing, for those that don't know, is in Mortal Kombat, there's like 60, or Armageddon, there's like 60 characters. It's got everyone in it. It's a fun game. I highly recommend it. But the problem with it is that they can't animate like 120 fatalities or even 60. So for all the characters, it was just taking them too long. So they ended up like doing the system where you enter button presses and you would do different like moves and you would chain them together. And it just, I don't know. It was weird. Will the PC version of Mortal Kombat 1 have the screen reader feature? I would think it would. However, it is so it's going to be a port by another company, so I don't know how that's going to work. I would assume it would, but yeah. Oh, Maddie says I gotta find it. Oh, I think I'm in the minority of people who likes MK versus DC. So I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. I didn't think it was a horrible game. It was really kind of cool for the time. It was like, oh wow, look, we have a Mortal Kombat game on Xbox 360, which is why I got an Xbox 360. I had actually stopped gaming for a while. And then they had this trailer, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to play this. And it wasn't bad. It was fun. There's videos on my channel. I enjoyed it. The problem with Mortal Kombat versus DC is they had to tone the violence down, because when you play a Mortal Kombat game, you want like blood and squishy stuff everywhere. And because they were using DC characters, there were certain things they just couldn't do. So very famously, DC characters could not do fatalities. They could do heroic brutalities. And so it was just a little weird. But it was a solid game. I mean, it wasn't bad. I would play it again. I would certainly love to play it again. My two favorite Mortal Kombat characters are Scorpion and Sonya, says Cassie. I don't know who well. I mean, okay, if we're playing Mortal Kombat 11, everybody knows that I love playing as Cassie Cage. I've definitely been ridiculed very heavily for that. My favorite in Mortal Kombat X was Aaron Black. They wrecked him in 11. It really upset me. Does anyone know if Final Fantasy... I think you mean 17. I think you mean 16. So you wrote FFVII, which would be 17. So are you... you're talking about 7. Oh, 7. God, I can't Roman numeral. Yes. Someone was doing an add-on for 7, right? I don't know anything about it. Liu Kang is my favorite in Mortal Kombat 11. Know most of his combos, says Kalahani. Yeah, Liu Kang was cool. I mean, honestly, my favorite was RoboCop. I am such a huge RoboCop fan that, like, I was so overly excited when they put him in Mortal Kombat 11. That made my day. I actually kind of want to play some Mortal Kombat 11 now. Maybe I'll dig it out for, like, we'll play some before the Mortal Kombat 1 stuff. Because I really want to play it. Like, I love RoboCop. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I'm digging that. So I showed it off last week. I don't know if you guys caught it. I was playing with Be My Eyes or Be My AI. And the stuff's impressive. If you haven't checked it out yet and you have the Be My Eyes app, take that 10 seconds, register for the beta. It is insane. I would say it's a game changer. Obviously, it's AI, so it still has its problems. It is going to try to guess, as people would call them, hallucinations. I still think it's cool. Interesting. For Spider-Man 2, as of right now, we know there's going to be audio-described cutscenes and text-to-speech to navigate the menus and read pop-ups. Okay, but how are we actually going to play the game? That's the problem. That's what I'm interested in. What I'm not liking is the addition of all the guns. It's a martial arts tournament. It's not some first-person shooter. I don't know about that. I mean, every character is different. They all do their own stuff. It's no different than Liu Kang throwing a fireball. I mean, Raiden throws lightning. Sub-Zero freezes his opponents. I realize that these are all sort of like mystical moves, but like, why can't they? Why can't they have guns? I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with it. Lava is slightly better. One can even host it oneself, and it doesn't require lots of memory. Okay. I thought lava would burn you. I don't think I want to host lava, especially in my apartment. I register for Be My AI. I like it better than a person. Well, I still call Ira for stuff. I am a big fan of Ira. I still would rather have a human for various things, especially like I've used them. So for work, I have to travel a lot. And right now I've been kind of getting my hand held because I'm new. But eventually I'm going to be traveling solo to work with individuals we serve. And so Ira I'm going to need for navigating, because literally it's going to be, okay, go up to this place, work with this human. It's not lava, like Bernie lava. It's a image description model. Yeah, I don't know. I like Be My. It just works. It's easy. The problem I think, and as someone that's very technical, I have to point this out because I work with people that are very untechnical. A lot of people just want to use a thing. They don't want to set it up. They don't want to mess with the process of getting it set up. They just want to use it. And I'm a big believer in like the reason that things are as successful as they are is because they're designed for the end user. So like, for instance, you're very into Linux and these things, and that's awesome. A lot of people aren't. They just want the thing to work. And I never really understood that until I started teaching assistive technology. Like I really never got because I would consider myself a pretty high level user, right? Like, and so I never really understood the concept of we just want it to work until I started working with people that like literally they don't know anything about anything, and that's not a bad thing. They just don't. And so they just want their stuff to work. And it's really changed the way that I've looked at the world. And so that's, I don't know. I wish I could really describe it better. But yeah, it's definitely a thing. Oh, Megan says, is Mortal Kombat accessible? Yeah, Megan, there is a really good Twitch video I did a few weeks ago. You might want to grab it, watch it. There is talking menus. There's audio description. There's also a whole bunch of sound cues for things. So yeah, you're going to want to watch all the Mortal Kombat stuff when the game comes out. Oh, yeah, sorry, Esoteric, you can't post links. Yeah, exactly. I'm too old and crotchety to be messing around with stuff for 4 hours. I want to pick up and go. That is how I feel, yes. And like, more so now than I did 10 years ago, but now, especially as someone who is teaching this stuff, I don't really have time to spend with like selling for 4 hours. Also, by the time I'm done with work, I just want to come home and chill. So I'm not interested in like pulling things apart. Yeah, sometimes just wanting stuff to work just isn't just a knowledge issue. I just don't have the time to mess with all the things like I used to. Yes, exactly. And by the way, if you are somebody that likes to tinker and likes to build, and that's awesome. Way to go. Like, I'm happy for you because you're going to find really cool stuff. You're going to do really cool things. The problem is that like you have to understand that not everyone else wants to build. So I get a lot of people, why don't you install this, Liam, and then run this command and do this thing? And because I just want it to work. I don't want to mess with a bunch of stuff. I'm just tired. I just want to do things. Yes, Megan, new Mortal Kombat will be on PS5. PS5 and Xbox Series. Also, October, you guys, is Forza. I've been doing a bunch of work outside of work, and I've been getting a bunch of Amazon gift cards. And so I'm probably going to get an Xbox Series S. So I actually hope to have that for the stream for Forza. Yes, I could stream it on PC, but why not get an Xbox? Because what else am I going to buy with my Amazon stuff? Maybe a air fryer, which I could probably use for my kitchen, but yeah, a lot of my friends are like that about gaming. They don't play a lot of mainstream games because of all the mods you need for some games. Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. Now, if you go like, hey, Liam, here's 5 steps, do this, you're good. I'm cool with that. But if it's like, compile this, run this, do this, make sure you have this link, I'm not interested. I'm done. I'm out. Like, it's, again, a major reason why I don't mess with Linux. I think, yes, Linux is a lot more user-friendly, but I still don't feel like setting it up. I just don't care. I have a Raspberry Pi here. I don't do much with it. I realize that we have a lot more UI stuff now. We have a lot more we can do, and that's awesome. But why do I want to do that when what I'm using works fine? That's where I think I'm at. I'm like, yeah, I could go set this up. Why? Also, for my job, but guess what? I'm not teaching anyone Linux. It's not something we do. We don't teach people Linux. So I would rather mess with Mac because we're teaching people that, regardless of what I think about it. we're teaching people Mac, we're teaching people Windows, but we're not teaching Unix. We're sometimes teaching Android, but that's not as common as teaching iOS. We still teach iOS more, which is fine. I'm okay with that for a plethora of reasons. I'm playing on PC. It won't run the game at its highest settings, but why do I care? Yeah, as long as you can play online. As long as when it benchmarks you'll run fast enough to play online. That's all that matters. Megan says, I love the air fryer. I do too. I need to get one. My Pi won't boot, but that might have something to do with its SD card getting sucked into a flying drone and spit out the back. Don't get me wrong. I still tinker with things. I just tinker with the things I find really interesting. Makes life much more rewarding. Yeah, I don't know. So here's the way that my brain works now. I go, hey, there's a new thing. That looks really cool. Is that new thing going to be something that I'm going to use at work? No? Oh, okay. Is that new thing something that I actually care enough about? No? Okay, I'm out. Like, my primary focus with things now is, will they benefit me at work? Will they benefit the people that we serve? Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. Okay, so esoteric programmer says, why do all that when you have works? Because the competition is good sometimes. Otherwise, we're supporting monopolies and helping them become so. You know what? I don't care. I really don't care. I'm old and I don't care about monopolies. I don't care about all this stuff. What I care about is doing what I have to do to get things done. And that's fine with me. I don't care about learning new stuff unless I have to learn those new things. So like Mac OS is something I have to be brushing up on more because we have people using it. So I care about it. But otherwise, I don't care. I don't have time to care. Walks into the office, asks, how do you reboot Linux? Don't come into my office with that. Pull the plug out. I don't know. I don't. Right. Yeah. And Brandon has a good point, which is, and that mentality is fine and propagating it is fine. But I see the line being crossed when Linux FOSS people start evangelizing. Yeah, I don't care either. No, I really don't care. Listen, monopoly is going to monopolize. You know what? Me learning a new system is not going to change it. And again, for work, we do not teach it. We're not teaching Unix because it doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. If you are, let's see. I'm trying to think like how to word this. Because what I do essentially is give people the skills to become employable. Now, that only goes so far. So, like, I'm not teaching you how to program. So let's say you come in and go, hi, I want to be a programmer. My job is to give you the resources so you can learn to program. But my job is not to teach you to program. Same thing with, like, let's say you say, I want to open a studio and become a musician. Cool. So my job is to teach you voiceover. My job is to give you the resources that would allow you to learn the skills, but I'm not going to teach you logic. That's not what I'm being paid to do. Also, I don't have the time. Like, I'm going to have a caseload of like 10 to 15 people that I work with at any one time. I can't sit here and be like, all right, come on, let's learn logic. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Do we have any news for Super Egg Hunt? No. There is no Elrics news. Yeah, why don't we teach Linux? Because people aren't using it in the workplace. And yeah, you can argue with me on this, and I'll take your argument. Because I already know that you're going to be like, well, yeah, they do. But no, we don't teach it because we need to teach something. Here's the thing. I have to teach the thing that is going to make you the most successful. You have to understand, and this is something that you guys have heard me harp on. When I'm working with a lot of people, these are very, very basic users. They have either lost their vision recently, losing their vision, going to lose their vision, whatever. Also, something you also need to understand is a lot of people that are blind are not just blind. They are blind and a secondary and possibly tertiary disability. So I need to pick the thing that is going to give them the greatest success. And like it or not, what is giving people the greatest success in the workforce is Windows, Microsoft Office, and Google. Those are the things that they need to succeed. Yeah, Brandon just nailed it pretty well, which is Linux isn't relevant to most people. It's not user-friendly. It's not going to make people successful. So it is becoming more user-friendly, and that's the one, like, I will give you that it is becoming better. But, yeah, think about Logic, and you'll be there for like 30 years. Maddie says, I'm not old. I just don't care, LOL. I learned a new system for the fun of it, but it's not going to change monopolies. But why isn't it like that? Equivalent tools exist because it's not what the workforce uses. So you're not going to walk into, like I'm trying to, I can probably give examples without being specific. You're not going to walk into, let's say you want a customer service job. They're not going to be running Linux at the workstations. So why would I train you on that? That just makes no sense. Likewise, let's say your job is you are partially blind and want to continue working in a studio. Maybe you work for one of the major houses or something. They're probably running Mac. So why am I going to teach you Linux? It makes no sense. You are older and maybe you have a cashier job and you'd like to keep your cashier job. So I'm going to teach you like Windows, and I'm going to teach you whatever your store is using. Your store is not using Linux. So again, why would I teach it? This is going to stir the pot. Oh, God, word nerd. But my job is at a cloud hosting company that runs Linux everywhere. I develop on Windows. I don't plan to switch to Linux because it would slow me down too much. And I say that as someone who has used Linux off and on, more on than off, since 1996. So, yeah, I mean, if you got somebody like Word Nerd here, who is very smart, by the way, I'm not just saying that because he pays me. You know, if he's telling you, listen, I'm developing here because it is faster for me to do so. You know, the name of the game is giving people the skills to succeed and also helping them be as efficient as they can. And again, that's how, I mean, that's how VR works, man. That's what we do. And I'm very glad that we can do it. I'm very glad that we can help people, but we also have to realistically help them. And so I can't like use my biases and like, let's just say I was like a Linux head, which I'm not. It wouldn't make no sense for me to be like, yeah, let's teach this guy Linux. Why? Why would I do that? It's not going to help him succeed. Yeah, Cassie talking about the voiceover voices. Yeah, they're okay. I don't mess around with novelty stuff because again, I need to use my phone and whatever. But I'm glad there are choices. I would agree with that. Yeah, I mean, but that's just again, when you do, I don't want to say when you work in the real world because that's not fair to say, but really you have to think about what is best for my people. What is going to give them the greatest measure of success? And yes, there might be equivalent tools, and that's awesome. But if I teach someone something and they go into a workplace and the workplace is like, oh no, we don't use that, I've just wasted their time. And again, going back to the fact that you have a lot of people that have other disabilities, and you have to think about, I can only teach them so much. I can only give them so much knowledge. There might be only so much they can understand. So what do I give them to be successful and to empower themselves? Like, that is the hardest part about being an AT. I don't know if there's any other ATs that tune in. Like, Austin is not here, but like Austin can probably definitely commiserate with what I'm saying. which is that, there's a lot of people, and you guys don't see them because they're not online, right? Doesn't mean they don't exist. It's this whole out of sight, out of mind thing. There's a lot of people that are either newly blinded, or they just don't have the skills, or they've got other problems going on. And so you have to work with them and help them be successful. Now, if John says, now, as far as JAWS goes, I do not know if this is still true, but JAWS has something that no other screen reader still has. I'm waiting for this. Speech and sound manager with other voice aliases. Oh, for headings and other text attributes. Yeah, I haven't used that too much with students, but it definitely can help them. Also, it can overwhelm them, so you got to be careful with that. But I mean, that's another thing too. We train on JAWS. And again, we train on JAWS not because we like JAWS or because, Freedom Scientific gives us a big squishy hug, but we train on JAWS because it's someone's greatest chance of being successful. And it really helps them as far as like, hey, you want to go work. Okay, you're going to probably work in a place that has JAWS. Your company might be like, no, you're not installing NVDA here. It's open source. We're not allowing that. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you give people the tools to succeed. So is that the reason that, for which blind people tend to use iOS more than Android? I was wondering about that too. Also, do you think Chrome OS is kind of the same as Linux, aka getting you to succeed? So, Chrome OS is interesting because if you are a school student, your college or your school, not so much college now, but your high school or your grade school is probably going to be using Chrome. They're cheap, they're inefficient. A lot of schools can get them in bulk. Now we don't tend to train youth. So by the time that we get you, you're probably an adult, you're probably going to college, and your school probably, though they're using Google, may not necessarily have everything in Chromebook. I have definitely seen some students that have come and they've just been like, yeah, Google is all I know. That's what my school used. I had a Chromebook. This is what I know. And also another thing to keep in mind, a really important distinction I have to make is a lot of people are not blind. They are VI. So they can use their eyes. They can see large text. The number of people that I've seen so far, and obviously it's, I've just been working for a few months that have actually been totally blind have been very low. Most of my people, my caseload is small at the moment, but like, I really don't have anyone that's blind. They're usually VI. Some of them are at the point now where they need to use speech, but yeah, most people are like, yeah, I can see if you blow this up and make it bigger. Yeah, and Brandon brings up a good point, which is iOS is pick up and go. It's kind of a longer one, but yes, iOS is very pick up and go. If I have a student that is like, hey, I need to learn something, I'm going to teach them iOS because I can teach them everything very quickly. If I have a student that's running Android already and likes the Android ecosystem, I will keep them in it and train them on it, much to my dismay. But I mean, ultimately, as an instructor, your job is to do what is best for your students. Yeah, so Brandon says, in my honest opinion, most VI people should stop using their eyes and start using speech. Yeah, I mean, I would say that depends on the person, Brandon. So that's a hard statement because everyone's different. Some people don't need to worry about it right now. Other people, yes, they should. It depends what your Zoom level's at. Honestly, it also depends too how you're dealing with eye fatigue. So, there are people that might still use a larger Zoom level, but if they're going to read a larger passage, we'll switch over to speech. That's what you really want them to do, because at the end of the day, my job for you is to keep you from getting fatigued. So if I know that you're reading everything and your brain's just shutting down after 30 minutes, I'm never going to tell a student, by the way, that they cannot use their eyes. You should never, ever tell a student that. That is a recipe for disaster. Instead, what you do is you show your student what they have available to them. So let's say, for instance, really good example is like, hey, listen, your Zoom level is currently 12. That's a little large. Why don't we bring it down and let's try something? And I've done this and it's worked. And so I had someone try to find the close button using their mouse, and they had to zoom all over creation, which was crazy. And then I said, okay, let me show you something. Let's go back to this application. Now I want you to press Alt F4, and boom, it closed. And I showed them a few other things, and they were just like, wait, you mean I don't have to use my eyes anymore? I can just do this? And I'm like, yep. And that's all it took. Dude, the rotor thingy in iOS drives me crazy. I love the rotor. I think the rotor is amazing. One of the cool things you can do, and I need to remember this, is that I believe you can remap the rotor, which is amazing. What I worry about with JAWS and stuff in the working community is that, that's actually not a problem, Cassie. You don't have to worry. Companies will pay it. It's called accommodations. And listen, that's nothing for them. They will pay the money. Also, there are ways to get it paid for. That's kind of beyond the scope of the stream. But no, having something for your workplace paid for is the least of your concerns. Yeah, eye fatigue is a big thing. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. A lot of people get bad headaches from it. Oh, I know. I've got students, man, and I'm just like, stop looking. Stop. Yeah, you can decide what you have. Well, yeah, I love the rotor. And I'm finding stuff still. Like, I didn't know about text selection until recently. I'm kind of kicking myself for not knowing this. Yeah, rotor should be able to be remapped. I don't think it's too stressful on the wrist. I mean, you're turning, your hand turns a little bit. I mean, but one of the cool things is that I believe in iOS you can remap that. I'm not going to look at this exact moment in time, but I am fairly certain that you can do custom gestures, and I'm almost sure that you can remap the rotor. I know Android has a rotor-like thing, which is a swipe instead. The problem with that is you're going to deal with instances where people can't use 3 fingers. Don't take that out of context, please. But you're going to run into issues where people have mobility challenges. Neuropathy is a big one. So a lot of considerations to be, considered. Also, I mean, too, there are other tools that you can use. I mean, there are other pieces of adaptive equipment. So part of my job is figuring out what works. I don't think it's stressful. I'm not trying to make a slap shot whenever. No, I mean, if you're going to turn the rotor for an hour straight, you might have some stress on your wrist. I mean, words, speaking rate 70%, volume 100%, audio document containers. Like I'm turning it. Settings. Try again. Describe image. Navigation style. Flat. Character. Words. Speaking rate 70%. But it doesn't feel overly stressful. The hardest part about teaching the rotor is teaching that movement. I've seen people get it immediately, and I've seen people never get it in their lifetime. Yes, if they have mobility challenges, voice control is a thing. Absolutely it is, Brandon. And not every person that we're training is using VoiceOver. Some people are just using Zoom. Some people are, are actually fine. We'll just get them a bigger phone. It's probably more about my job than I should really talk. But I'm not being specific to anything about my job, which is good. I don't know why, but it hurts my wrist when I use that movement. So one thing you could try is using your other wrist. Another thing you can probably do is you could probably remap the gestures. I have to look. Listen, I'm on. This is my weekend. Yeah, it's true too. Otherwise, if you don't have to go halfway around or more, you can also use 2 thumbs. Yeah, you can. It doesn't care how you're doing it, really. It just cares that it's getting that motion. I also consider iOS to have the better gesture. Oh, yeah, I agree with this. Gesture recognition success rate than Android. I have struggled with this so much. Oh, my gosh. Also, if it's hurting your wrist when you're doing that, you may want to, like, I don't know, see a doctor, or start thinking about it, because if you're dealing with like that could be carpal tunnel, tendonitis, who knows? But don't let that fester. Get on that so that you're not like unable to type and function, because that would be bad. You don't want that. Huh. So let's see. I don't get why you can. So I have a lot of HIPAA related stuff, Brandon. Also, and I can say this. I've been kind of like I work on the state level, so I'm a government employee. So I like to be really careful about what I say, and I can say that because like my job is not secret. I feel like you could probably. I don't know. I don't think it's not like I don't think our org chart is publicly available. But yeah, no, nothing really right now that would say. But yeah, if you were totally blind, how do you teach someone who's using mostly their eyes, says Michael. This is a really good question. So what you do is you have to have a really good line of communication, and you just kind of have them describe what they're seeing. You also need to understand the basics of magnification, understand contrast, and then you just do a lot of like, how does this look for you? Does this look okay? What are you seeing? What are you not seeing? But you can do it because sometimes all someone needs is the adaptive technology. So sometimes they just need you to sit down with them and be like, listen, we have these tools you can use. Let me show you how they work. Here you go. And literally that's all they needed. They just needed that boost. Sometimes you're teaching someone how to do something over again. And that's a little more common, or that's more complex. I shouldn't say common. Yeah, some people saying iOS seem more intuitive to me. Yeah, and that's why we teach it. I feel it's like it's more intuitive. We don't have any special deals with anyone. But yeah, no, my job's a little funny. There's stuff I can't talk about and that I'm not comfortable talking about. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's a little, yeah. Now, weirdly enough, I have a Pixel, and it's super finicky for me. But I have an older Pixel, so if I got a newer one, it might be a different story for me. So that might be something I need to look into, is trying to get my hands on a Pixel. I think we've got one at work I could just take out and mess with. The only gripe I have about the home button gesture is you can't rapid fire it if you need to hit it 2 or more times. Why would you need to hit it multiple times, though? I thought you just had to hit it once. I don't know a reason for that. But yeah, no, Brandon, to answer your question, though, I did sign some stuff. Also, HIPAA is real. Thanks for the follow. Holy crap. I did not expect that to go off. I don't even know what that was. Was not expecting the speak and spell to go off. Well, if you got a force close, you can just pull up, pull up, pull up. So I've never had to like broop, broop, so I'm not really sure. Oh, once to unlock if Face ID fails, once to close the open folder, once again to return to page 1. Yeah, but I still don't. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Actually, I kind of get what you're saying.
One notification.
Like,
YouTube, one notification. YouTube now. YouTube notification. Try again.
you gotta swipe. Yeah, I kind of get that. You can't just click. Yeah, I can feel that. I get what you're throwing. I'm just thinking about it now because I do it and I don't really think about it, but it is true that we do run into those problems where it's like you just swipe and you're just like, can't I just push something? So no, that's valid. That's definitely a valid point. Wow, it is 9:09. Oh my gosh. So I was supposed to go out today. I'd like to, but it's going to be 96 degrees. And we were supposed to do like an outdoor thing. And my body's already like sad about it because I don't like hot weather because I'm a wimp. That's why I'm so glad I didn't move to Arizona. Heard Arizona has been so hot this year. I'm just like, no, I'm good. Thank you. Colorado has been pretty solidly good. I'm pretty happy with it. But man, let me tell you, it has been hotter here than I expected it to be. Our apartment complex is actually letting us rent extra air conditioners for like $50 a pop, which, I mean, really, I should just go buy one. But I'm hoping by October I can return it and then not have to deal with it. Yay! And then maybe I'll buy one next year and have one for myself. I don't like hot weather either, and I live in South Carolina, says Maddie. Ah, you poor thing. I mean, it's better to be hot than freezing cold. So, my problem with that is if I'm hot, it's a lot harder to cool down. If I'm cold, I'll just pull some blankets out of the closet and wrap up like a burrito. I would rather be colder than warmer. Where I don't like to be cold is if I need to travel. So that will definitely be something during the winter time when I need to go up north to teach. The one cool thing about Denver that I like, though, is yes, we get snow, but the really cool thing about it is because we're not in the mountains, we don't get hammered with it. Also, another really cool thing is it warms up. So snow falls, warms, it all melts. That's something I really love. 1709, says Philip. Okay, so that would be... Yeah, you can only take off so many clothes. Yeah, I mean, you can't take your skin off. I mean, you can, technically, but I don't recommend it. I prefer to be cold than hot, says Brandon. I would love to give me 65 degrees every day, maybe 70. But yeah, no, people that live in hot weather will tell you, like, it is so hard to get cool. Because, yeah, you've got the air conditioning going, but, like, it's so hot, like, and you just cannot cool down. If you live in a dry area, you can use a swamp cooler, and that's really awesome. But, yeah, like, in general, it just, it sucks. Also, being up in the mountains, or being higher, I learned something. And I maybe if you're living in Colorado and listening to this, you'll be like, oh, yeah, Liam. The sun hits you harder up here because you're a mile higher. So I don't even know if it's brighter, but it's more intense. So I can go outside and I feel like I walked into a furnace because the sun is just beating down and wrecking my day. Whereas when I was like in Chicago and lower, yeah, the sun was hot, but it just did not hit you. with the intensity that it does up here in Colorado, that made me cringe all over. I burned myself on the air fryer oven door the other day. Oh, dude, that sucks. So, yeah, I mean, I just, that's how I kind of feel when it comes to the weather. I would like a nice, solid weather. So, the one cool thing, though, about Denver that I love is at night, so it'll be 96 tonight, right? Or 96 today. But at night, it's going to get down to like 55 degrees, which is amazing. I wish it would just stay around there because it's great. You open a window. My apartment's cool. It's got a big balcony door, so I can actually go open that balcony door up. It's got a screen. I'm on the second floor. No one's going to climb up and try to like get into my apartment. I really love it. Brian says, I like it where it's not too hot or cold, but if I had a choice, I'd rather be cool. Yes. I don't want to be so cold. That was the one thing about Chicago is that we would just get this horrible cold weather. And then we would get the snow that would just stay. And I hated that. Up here, it's so funny because the number of people that they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, Chicago. And they're just like, oh, you are going to love our winters. You're going to be so happy. And I appreciate that because, oh man, I'm over this weather. Like I'm over the really cold weather. Even in Missouri, it was cold. And the problem is Missouri, like we would get an inch of snow and everyone would lose their minds because we had no way of dealing with it. But up here, we understand it. They're just like, oh yeah, we're going to get, snow sometimes. We'll clear it out. My only complaint is that my apartment, my stairs to go out and come down are outside. So it's like you're in the elements, which is kind of gross. But overall, I love Colorado. I love being here. I love what I do. I don't like being sick. That kind of sucks. But I love what I do. I love the people that I work with. I love the people that I serve. And it's just a great place. Obviously, our free Ubers are nice. Oh, yeah, we get free Ubers. By the way, just small thing. Just a small little thing there. Supposed to go hang out with a friend later. Supposed to be like $20 to Uber over there. Yeah, not going to cost me anything. Just that's a small thing. No, nothing major. But no, Colorado's cool. It's really neat. I really love being in a city again. So, for those that kind of go back to the channel, that I used to live in Chicago, then I lived in Missouri for a little while, and then I got this job and moved, and I love it. I am very happy. Also, it is so nice being near an airport again, you guys. I love being near an airport. Woo! It makes me so happy. I can go fly places, which I plan on doing later this month. Woo! Esoteric Programmer says that a small thing, free Uber. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's certain caveats to it. So it's your first $25 is covered. You have to be in the paratransit program. It's technically just a grant, so there's a concern that it may end at some point. We don't know. It would suck if it did, but I'm enjoying it while I got it. But it's nice while we have it. We're really hoping that they'll continue because I think it does a lot of really great things for people. It makes people feel less isolated. They're able to travel when they need to. I can tell you it's amazing for work. Being able to get to and from work when I need to is astounding. Also, we can theoretically use it to visit the people we serve if we need to train them remotely. Also, how do you use airports? Do you get assistance? Yeah, I get assistance because I am a really poor traveler. Also, I'm lazy and like to sit in the wheelchair and get pushed around and pretend that it's my royal chariot. And then, they're pushing me through the airport and I'm like, tell the people to wave at me. Tell my subjects to wave. Dance for me. Amuse me. Let's see. Okay, sorry. I'm just answering a message. Checking X. There's nothing on X. X is pretty dead now, but I still use it because I'm dumb. I mean, we don't even have those over here, so flank can only be done with sighted help. And even then, it's chaotic with so many people and sounds. Yeah, so, and I'm half deaf, so airports are hard. Denver Airport has IRA, which is helpful, but I still would rather get assistance. And Denver Airport's big. I can't do things. There we go. I can't use the computer. I don't know what I'm doing. Help. All right. So still a lot of you tuned in. So tomorrow we're doing Stories of Blossom. Hope you can join me for that. I know it's kind of a mixed bag. Some people like it, some people don't. Please check it out, though. I think it's going to be fun. Monday we'll be doing Crazy Party. I don't know what's going on for next week. Let me pull up my calendar, actually. Let's see. Calendario. Okay, so it's September 9th. I don't know. So the 14th is going to be Mortal Kombat Day. I'm hoping that they remove the embargo and let people stream early. If they don't, yeah, I don't know. But if they do, I am going to stream Thursday evening. Thursday evening. But it has to be after work. Because I'm not taking the day off for Mortal Kombat because I can't. Because I will have responsibilities. Let's see. What else is... Oh, Marathon. Marathon. I want to talk about this. So, Marathon was actually supposed to be this weekend. I couldn't do it because I just wasn't ready. I've had so many things going on here. Marathon is going to be November 18th and 19th. It's going to be a 2-day event. I cannot do it longer than that because of work. It's just, that's the way it is. I have to do it, on the weekend. If you missed the last chatting with viewers, this year we're introducing you all to something new. His name is Mr. Blender, and you, me, and Mr. Blender are going to make a smoothie together. And if we reach, I think regardless, I'm going to have to drink it. But I will be putting items into the blender based on your feedback and voting. We will blend them. And then at the end of the marathon, I will unfortunately drink them. So that is going to be on the marathon. Some people have asked about the Wheel of Pain. We're going to try to transform it into something else. We might do a little more voting instead of the Wheel of Pain, I think. We're going to make it a little more interactive. So that will be going on the 18th and 19th. Like I said, 2-day event. We're going to split it up over 2 days. I kind of have to do that now because I can't be hanging out for 3-4 days marathoning because I'll still have to work. Then, so that's the marathon. I forget the day Forza's coming out. I am going to try to pick up a Series S so we can stream Forza and then I don't have to mess with my computer. Let's see. So I'm going to try to do that. But yes, Mr. Blender, I cannot wait to introduce you all to, I can wait. I can wait very much. Oh, it's going to be gross. And I don't know what's going to go in there. Everything from like water to apple juice to kale to cayenne pepper to mustard. I don't know. It's going to depend what you guys pick. And then, the evening at the end of the marathon, we will make the smoothie. And I will drink the smoothie. It's going to be so gross. And then, I'll let you guys vote. I have to figure out some of the logistical things because I'm not going to go buy a bunch of random things that we're not going to use. But we'll probably vote. And then that, Sunday afternoon or whatever, I'll do an Instacart order, get the things that I'm missing. And then it will go into Mr. Blender. Oh, God. It's going to be so gross. But yes, marathon will be fun. If there's games that you want to see, please drop comments. Let me know what we should play. It sounds like we've got a pretty good selection of stuff already. I would definitely say you'll probably see Forza. You'll definitely see Audio Wizards, Escape Beats, definitely some Crazy Party, the usual suspects. But yeah, looking forward to it. Why does the end of the marathon have to be you suffering pain and gross things? Because people like it, I guess, and they like me suffering. I guess. I don't know. People are mean. That's why. I think it's kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the Thermos of Doom last year was kind of funny. It was gross, but it was funny. This year's going to be gross. I don't think there's any way around it. I don't think it's going to be good. I'm not happy about it. Oh, we need to put beets have to go in there too, because I hate beets. Oh God, that's disgusting. Oh God. Oh man. So I hope you guys are ready for this. I'm suddenly not ready anymore. I just kind of realized what's going to happen. So we'll figure out that stuff. Marathon 2 months away. Like I said, the 18th and 19th of November. Would love to have you show up. They're always fun. They're always a really good time. I'm not expecting much this year. I just want to play some games, have some fun. Thank you guys for being here. I know that the last few months have been really, really dry. I know there has not been a lot of streaming. Obviously, I have reasons for that, but still I feel bad because, I bought Audio Wizards for PC and like it better than iOS. Yeah, I like the PC version better, John. I agree. Do I have Monster there too? Yeah, we got Monster. I don't know if Monster is going to make it into the smoothie. I'm drinking one right now, actually. But, yeah. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Also, like I said, a little scared of what you guys may potentially have me do. But like I said, we're going to vote. I'm going to make a list of things and people will get to vote on them. I don't know how we're going to actually do that. I don't want to make this money-based this year. If people want to donate, I always enjoy it. It always helps. It's a huge boost. But I don't want to make that like, oh, you have to donate, da-da-da. But we'll figure out something. I just think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a really good time. I think we're all going to have fun. I love the marathons. I wanted to do it this week. I just wasn't ready. And I didn't want to rush it. So what I do want to do, one thing definitely is prizes. So I'm going to start reaching out to my contacts again. If you know of somebody that makes a product, has a game, wants to give away something for the marathon, whether it's a gift certificate, whatever, start reaching out to people that you know. Be like, hey, Liam's doing a marathon this year. He'd love to give away a bunch of prizes. Advertising is free. You just give away the thing and you get your company mentioned. We're going to do that again this year. And last year was a really awesome spread, so I'm hoping this year we'll have some cool stuff to give away. I will see what happens. But yeah, depending on what's in that smoothie, you may want to take the next day off. Yeah, I may not have the choice. In fact, I know that I won't because I have a student on Mondays. And I really want to work with them, although that'll be right before Thanksgiving, so who can say? But yeah, I would rather not take the day. I'm trying to keep my vacation time so I can travel and go see stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to hold on to my time. Okay, well, it is. Okay, I gotta go do that. Yeah, I gotta work on that here. So in another few minutes, I'm gonna bounce out for the day. Tomorrow, Stories of Blossom. I realize it's not everyone's cup of tea. If it's not your thing, that's okay. But I will be streaming it tomorrow. Monday, we'll be doing some crazy party. I will try to stream a little more regularly. Definitely weekends are going to be the best for me. By the time I come home from work, I'm exhausted. Plus, I'm going to make dinner. And it's like, once you're done with that, you're just good for the night. Thanks, Max. I was just passing by and just wanted to say love you, man. Thanks, Max. The Rizzler? Rizzler. What's a Rizzler? Isn't that like a Twizzler? Isn't that like the licorice thing? I don't know. I don't know what a Rizzler is. Or is it like a Riddler? Like riddle me this, riddle me that, like from Batman? What's a Rizzler? I don't know. Okay. Well, anyways, thank you. I really appreciate it. So it is 9:30. Wow. So I've been here a lot longer than I wanted to be, but that's okay because you guys are hanging out, and I love that. So look for me tomorrow. Probably around this time, we'll be playing some Stories of Blossom. Looking forward to it. It's a little point-and-click adventure. It's more kid-friendly. It's more kiddie-based. But I'm okay with that. Like I said, I like cute things sometimes. I think we need more of that in our lives. So come check that out with me tomorrow. And then on Monday, we'll do some crazy party. And it will be fun. Oh! Rizzler means that TikTok reference that means who is funny and loves attention. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thanks, Max. Blah. I just had to pull broken light bulb out of the socket. Did you use a potato? I heard you can do that with a potato, Brandon. I'll tell you one nice thing about being here. If something breaks, I'll just call maintenance and have them fix it. It's awesome. I like renting. Didn't have one. Well, that sucks. Hopefully you got the light bulb out. Ugh. All right. Well, guys, I will see you later. As always, thanks for watching and or listening. I'll be back tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Play some Stories of Blossom. It's going to be awesome. What? I didn't even say your name. Cancel. That was weird. It set up the... All right. It's time to go. I'll see you guys later. As always, thanks for watching and or listening. Good night and good corn.